The following is a special presentation of MRU Division 1 Super League 2025. The knockout stage sometimes delivers knockout blows. Enter two hotshots in a highly contested rematch. Hello, the Dream, Haseem, Acosta. They called him Mr. Krabs, but he was the top of the heap. A tie against Marigold won the overall group, not just Group B. How about a 10 spot? 10 points and momentum at the wazoo. But for Acosta, he needs to be wary. The first time he played this specific opponent, it was an absolute whiplash, domination, and a sweep. But don't be fooled, these are the two hottest players, like that chicken on barbecue. Because the Canadian Crusade is ready. And for Lara, only one thing matters. Revenge. Revenge of the deepest. In the city streets, and the haze so deep, Lara seeks one thing, a win over Acosta. A great Super League, despite the controversy of that win against Nick. Of what would happen between Nick and Brad. Lara shut the haters up and proved his worth. Acosta's been the man to beat. Lara's red hot. The flames are only growing higher in the night sky. Because the dream either ends or continues tonight with the Crusade ready to crush the hopes and dreams of one said Haseem. Hello everybody, and welcome to MRU Super League 2025.
The bracket phase continues for the round of 12 of 2025 Bangkok Super League here on Emery Uno, as we have our matchup between the Group A winner going up against the Group B second place finisher, the 7v10 in the reseed here. Hello everyone, and welcome to tonight's evening match for Emery Uno Super League. This is the second match of the round of 12 here. We have number 7 seed Haseem Acosta, who has been on an absolute barn burner in this Super League bracket so far. Three wins and a tie, 10 points overall, the most of anyone in either group for the group phase. He is on a roll. He will be taking on Lara, who had a pretty solid showing in the group phase, ended up wrapping up their group play with a pretty solid record, ended up going also with 3 wins, but had a loss in there as well. So ended up with 9 points. This is going to be a matchup between two players with high points in the groups, 10 points versus 9 points. So this should be interesting. Let's get into it here with the bracket. Again, shout out to Lamas on this custom bracket here. We will see how this has unfolded throughout. But again, this is the final 12, or well, final 11, because Andy and Nick kicked off earlier. That one ended up being yesterday. That was yesterday's match, and that one ended up being a very close one. Ended up going the full distance, but ultimately it was the higher seed Andy who walked away with the win. Nick, the March Madness winner, out in the round of 12 after barely hanging on in the group phase. Will go no further. Andy will play Mac in the quarterfinals. We will see how that one unfolds, as it's between two players who were not in the group phase. So it will be interesting to see how that one plays out. But again, Acosta Lara coming up next. Winner of this one will face myself. We'll go to the short version of the bracket here now to break this one all down. Acosta Lara is next, and then for the rest of this, it's going to be going with a one match per day sort of cycle for this one. So we had Andy Nick yesterday, Acosta Lara's today, and then tomorrow is going to be the Battle of the Rookies here. You could call this a mini rookie championship in a way, kind of like how you see with the conferences for college football. Gone versus Background will be going at it against each other. Gone winning Group A, and then for Background, was runner-up in Group B. So winner of that will face the number 1 seed Vapor, who looks to be the favorite to win this whole thing. He is also looking for a three-peat. We saw Myhale try to go for the three-peat down in D2 earlier before in the D2 championship. Ultimately came up one placement short, ended up finishing second in the D2 championship. Vapor looking to not meet the same fate and pull out the victory and be the first ever player in league history in any division to win 3 tournaments straight. And then after the Gone background match, we'll be wrapping it up on Saturday at 5 p.m. with Myth and Monkey. Myth making their debut for Super League 2025, and for Monkey, after surviving the group phase, looking to keep his bracket going. Winner of that one will face KT. So we'll see how KT does there, as he's looking to avenge his 2024 result in Super League. Let's jump to the stream now. Left them waiting long enough. I am joined in the booth by Charles Sanford. Sanford, hello, welcome to the booth. For both players here, not a lot of Super League experience, but both did pretty well in the group phase. Both have really kind of had their breakout seasons in general. Because I mean, for Acosta, I mean, the first 2 seasons he played really was not anywhere to be found, and then for Lara was kind of always in the middle of the pack, but has really found their groove this season. And now both are coming head to head to keep this run going, in this best of 9 in the round of 12. Your thoughts going into this match and what you're expecting here? We know Acosta usually likes that slower play style. Lara usually kind of goes with the flow. But do you have any expectations on what both these players hope to deliver here, and how this is going to shape the outcome?
I don't know if I necessarily have any expectations. I mean, we've seen both. Obviously, you've had a hell of a season just to get to this point, no matter what it is. But I think, especially this year, considering the change in format from last year, it's an adjustment period when you have to go from group stage where there's no power play and you can draw to now wins and losses are back on the table. Each match is going to have a winner. You've got power plays back into this situation here for this one with the best of 9. So there's some adjustments that need to be redone, considering where these 2 players were at for the last month.
That is a good point, because again, both these players just played 4 matches in a row where it was all best of 8. Winner was not necessarily guaranteed, although for the most part, barring one exception, with Acosta's last match, there was a winner in all the matches they played. But again, no power play was important as well. So we'll see how both use this power play. It's been the first time in a while they'll be able to use it. So gonna be interesting to see how that plays out. Will we see them hold on to it until the end to try to secure the series, or will we see it in the middle along the way to try to gain an advantage somewhere? We'll have to find out. But let's go to the players. We'll start with Acosta. Acosta listening to the stream. Again, 10 points in the groups. You had a really strong showing there. However, you did end up tying your last match in the group phase, which some people said maybe that is a bit of a momentum halter potentially, because you had 3 wins straight before then and end up getting a tie there. Your thoughts going into this one, especially with power play back on the table, how you're going to approach this one, and with this being now winner go home, just kind of how you approach this one, and what you look to do in this match to try to make sure you're still in this bracket and make it into the quarterfinals, continuing this magical season, to say the least. All right, and I think he will be typing that one out. Lara, okay, no, that was later. Okay, for Lara, on your end, also a pretty good group phase. You end up getting 9 points, 3 wins with a loss. You were able to win your way into this bracket phase essentially, and now you go up against Acosta, who was also really strong in the group phase. Just kind of any expectation that's going into this one on your end, what you kind of feel like Acosta's gonna do, and just kind of how you're feeling right now in this round of 12, looking to keep your run alive here in this best of 9.
I have a feeling this is going to be a long, hard-fought battle. Acosta's kind of on I don't know if this is the right word, but like a power trip, where he's like top of his game, and I've been sort of like building up all throughout the group stage. So I think we're both ready to kick some ass. I don't know. Could go either way. Back when we fought, I think it was T5. I don't remember exactly what happened. But I know it was how do I say it? I felt like it was a fair, even battle. So I think with the momentum gained through the group stage, I think I have a shot here. But yeah, we'll see how it goes.
All right, we'll see how it goes. Indeed, thank you, Lara, for that one. We're waiting to see what Acosta has to say. I believe I saw him typing. So, yep, there we go. Just quite the timing there, and the overlay was not loading. Had a great group stage. Kind of sucks I couldn't pull it off with 4 wins, but that's in the past now. Facing Lara again, I should expect the same how it was before. Should be a good one. Yeah, I mean, this technically is a rematch from before Sanford. Your thoughts on how that's gonna play a factor into this one, since both these players have gone up against each other before?
I think anytime you look at a game where there's a rematch, the important part is going to be to look at how many games they played before, because I feel like best of 7 is going to be different than best of 9. There's even with those 2 games and being not that much of a difference. There's a different mentality in the idea of needing to be the first to 4 versus first to 5. That said, both players then are going to know what the other does. We heard it a little bit there with Lara in their interview. Haseem even kind of mentioning it a little bit there. Expecting the same how it was before. So a lot of this game is going to come down to who makes those proper adjustments from that first matchup, and who succeeds best at trying to change what happened before.
I mean, the big thing that we take from the prior matchup is, I mean, that one was it's also, this one's a best of 9. The last one was also a best of 9. I think really the big thing though was Acosta was able to win in a sweep, which was it was a really strong game from Acosta. But I mean, reading some of these stats here, big +4 differential, 6-1 there. Big reverse differential, 8-1 as well. And I mean, this game did not really have a lot of cards played, so Acosta was able to get those quick finishes and close it out really quickly, which is a little different than some of his other wins here. So we'll see if that happens again, or if we go for a bit more longer drawn out series. We'll have to see. Again, only 74 cards played from Acosta, 58 from Lara in that matchup. We'll see if we get a few more tonight here, but this is going to be round 2 for them. Lara looking to avenge the sweep loss from Apocalyptic August here. We'll get things going here. Cyan is the ref. Again, it's going to be a 3-3-1-1-1 turn order, so a little bit unique for the best of 9 here, but we will get things going with Acosta's homestand to kick things off and begin our second round of 12 matchup. It's gonna go 13. All right, green 6 to open up. I mean, Sanford with 13. I mean, I would say that's like a higher tier for sure. We've seen Acosta like this higher tier a lot to start things off. Just kind of your input on kind of what this higher tier can do for you, especially early on in these earlier games.
Yeah, I do think that, especially when you have 3 different card sets in a row, it can kind of be a nice way of starting it off, because especially with Acosta getting the first start, he can use this 13 card start to figure out, is the bot going to be friendly in terms of the ammo that he's getting. If it doesn't work out well and he didn't get ammo, it opens that door for being able to go from the high tier all the way down to the low with like 7 or less. And if it is working, it allows him to stay up there if he needs to as well, kind of force Lara into maybe some mistakes early on. So there's a lot of advantages to starting high in game 1. I was trying to figure out who was on, if you needed someone on scoreboard or not. So we get switch over to red with the DJ Curtis card. Already 2 color swaps early as Acosta switched off the green to start. Get a cherry 0. And get that at drinkmiddleroadenergy.com. As Lara now seeming like they're gonna needing a moment here or something, maybe head step away, maybe needing to try and regather their thoughts as they've neither players played an action card yet through 4 cards on one side.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen this from Lara in the group phase. There's definitely been moments where they just kind of the play goes a little bit fast and they just take a second to breathe. Sometimes they also need a minute to just go grab something real quick. So that has happened before. But yeah, that one's gonna be one to just think about, and it's gonna be the first action card we have seen with the Green Wild.
I like to call the wilds a little bit of a half action. It's kind of just because it does get you a free color swap, but it doesn't really do anything to your opponent. It doesn't allow you to play twice in a row like some of the other ones.
I think the big thing with the Wild is it definitely can be like a game shifter, but like at the same time also it's like if you really don't have like the right positioning, it kind of just doesn't do much. I mean, we saw that with the through the triple play there and the +2, so that kind of throws Lara back. But it does stay green though, so Lara looking to do what they were hoping to do with that switch.
Definitely an insane fade there from Acosta. As he was the one to switch off on the opening card, so I get the idea of why Lara switched to green. But definitely backfiring for Acosta backfiring for Lara that Acosta had a +2 in the back.
I mean, the thing I'm wondering is if maybe that was something that Acosta was hoping to hold on to later on, like as maybe a finish potentially. Because I mean, what if he has that, but then nothing else on green? That could be a problem if that ends up being the case. We'll have to see because it is his turn.
Definitely could be something to put a pin in to remember to ask about that
Yep.
later.
But there it is. Yeah. So no more green after that run. And now Lara able to keep it rolling on the green. This is looking decent for Lara, but a switch out from Acosta here. He does not want to stay on that green for long. And it is for Lara was able to do a good bit with what's it called? Was able to do a good bit with the the green there because I mean he did expose a weak color, but for now we are running yellow and Acosta is keep rolling down on the cards. Although this is a decently close game right now. A lot of yellow numbers from Acosta it seems right now. And there's the switch back to green. Do we see a response from Acosta? He does. He is not wanting that green. He goes with a wild of his own to red. I mean, Sanford, Acosta is really avoiding this green right now. I really think for Acosta it's going to be whether he can find the right pathway to get to the end here, and I don't think much of it's going to involve that green color. But at the same time, also, like, does Lara maybe have a pathway of their own? And could they possibly intercept and like swipe the game away potentially? We've seen that in the past.
Oh, that's ironic. As Lara throws the 2+2s in there, and so both players have thrown a wild down and been +2'd immediately after.
I think the big difference with that one though is Lara actually got the color switch. Acosta has kept it green, but Lara goes into yellow. And that gives them a pretty big lead here. Lara looking to fully overtake Acosta and shut the door on this game. But Acosta going to try to fight back with the red switch. Ooh, but Lara has the number efficiency on that, keeps it yellow. Lara looking really good. Costa has the red 7 as well. Double red 7, double yellow 7 there. Does Lara have a response to finish this one out? Comments on a double self-ditto. Do we see a +4 coming in to wrap this one up, or is Lara out of options? And there it is, the +4. And it's going to be around 7 minutes here. Lara's going to go up 1-0. 7:03 there. Yeah, I mean, Lara, you were definitely kind of trailing for a chunk of that game, but found an opening there to kind of take advantage and get the win. My question really is just kind of, was the +4 from the start, kind of waiting for the right moment to use that one, and just kind of your thoughts on how that game ultimately went for you, and just kind of how you used the information to your advantage.
Yeah, the +4 was just holding him back in case I needed it. My original plan was to get rid of all the yellows and then switch over to green with the wild 4 and then do the rest of the greens. But I ended up getting rid of most of the other greens just naturally through like light switches. So yeah, it just kind of worked out.
Well, I mean, the good news for you is you have taken more games than in your last encounter with Acosta, so congratulations on that one. Your thoughts
Well,
on how you try to keep
it's a
this
good
one
start.
going? Yep. Anyways, we'll go to Acosta. We'll go to Acosta here. I mean, good lead there. Unfortunately, kind of just ran out on the green there. I think that switch to green happened too early for you. Just kind of your thoughts on that game, how that hand shook out for you, and just kind of any takeaways from that one as you had the game too. Felt good, just couldn't do much in the latter half. And yeah, I mean, I did kind of see that, Sanford. I mean, look, I mean, Acosta was looking good, but then I really think I think the wild green was really where things started to go a little bit haywire for him. I think he was still able to recover from that, but really just kind of I think the green was kind of really his Achilles heel there, because I mean, both plays where I think it kind of threw him off involved a green switch of some sort. So just kind of your takeaways from that game.
I think you're dead on. In all honesty, it definitely felt like the shift there was when Acosta was forced to be on green, and I think it's one of those things where I because he showed that so early on, Lara knew that if he could get to green, that would be a spot of strength for him, and was just able to capitalize.
Yep. All right. Well, we'll see how game 2 goes here. Lara looking to make it 2-0. Acosta looking to claw it back to 1-1, essentially make this best of 7. But we'll start game number 2 here, and it's going to go down the 10 cards. So, middle of the pack here, Sanford. Your thoughts on this change here? We started with a bit of a high tier game 1. Now we're going towards the middle.
I kind of like it. It looked like both players really had some decent ammo cards, so it's one of those things. I don't think Acosta needed to feel too, um, shall we say, in left field in regards to the ammo. So I think 10's a solid call. We'll see how it goes. Although no red form is definitely not the way you want to start that.
Yeah, definitely not. Not really the best start there. And I mean, we saw how the green was turning out for him in game 1. This could be a issue with the red here in game 2. And Lara's going to be able to play it and place this down to 0, which is going to be tough to switch out of. Yellow 0. So actually, he did get the switch out of it. Had the yellow 0, so out of the danger zone for now.
One of those rare times where playing the 0 is not the way to go on the Minesweeper.
I mean, I think it's early. Definitely a lot you can adjust from that one. I think it's more detrimental when it's like you're lower on the cards. So, Acosta gonna do a double here to try to tie this one up, and he will. But Lara still's gonna have the possession arrow lead. But yeah, I mean, I think they might just run yellow for a little bit here. And then I think we'll start seeing some switches here, or maybe even draws if no one really has connections. We'll have to see. We didn't really see a draw sitting in that first game here, so we'll have to see if that comes in game 2. Alright, there's the draw from Lara. Lara is out on yellow. Costa able to keep it going. Actually goes back to the 6. Lara did play that as their last card. Does this open up a switch potentially? And it does. Yeah, I mean that's that might work. I feel like for Acosta here, this is working out pretty well for him right now. I mean, just kind of. I guess I don't want to speculate too much, per se, but I mean we're kind of just running through the colors at the moment here. We've gone through red. We've gone through a little bit of red and then yellow and blue. We still have not seen that green yet. Do you think that green kind of plays a factor here, or could this be a situation where both didn't get much off the green, or both just kind of rather wanted to avoid it?
Looks like, well, it's obviously it's a little bit interesting. Costa seeming like he might have been down to just 2 colors, although got some red back and through some of the draws, so gets at least a 4 here. It's going to be interesting to see how much of red he has, though, now, because he was drawing on that, now was drawing on blue. If you're Lara, that's the time to pounce.
Yeah, I mean, is Acosta even going to get an opportunity? He will not. 4-card run, all on red to the end. One of each kind as well with the +2 skip and reverse. So yeah, no green in that game at all. Just really did not come out whatsoever. But yeah, I mean, Lara, you had a big run on that one to wrap that one up, and based on how that game went, I mean, a majority of that came from the draw. I think he only drew once in that entire game on yellow, but I guess my question is, what was that draw? Did it help you? Did it hinder you? And just kind of, you're up 2-0 now, so doing pretty good right now. Just kind of how you're feeling right now with the early start.
The draw in yellow that just gave me the red +2. I mean, it didn't really change much. It would have been like on red with like a chain to win with 3 instead of 4. I think like the main difference maker there was just being able to like switch colors at the right time, and not like draw like too much that like, or not be able to. I was able to not get myself into a situation where I had to draw too much to get out of it. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. I think I get where you're going from. For Acosta, I'm gonna go to Acosta here on this one. That didn't look like a great hand for you. I saw a lot of numbers in that one. And there were definitely times we kind of ran out on colors. Were you looking to get that switch to green at some point to try and wrap it up? Was green where you were able to find that finish, or were you just kind of like scrambled across the board and stuck with numbers? Because that game, we didn't really see a lot of ammo from you. I guess really the question is, could you have done anything different, or were you just kind of dealt with the hand you were dealt? Yeah, we'll see what it costs us to say on that one. But yeah, again, I mean, Sanford, we talked about how this is a rematch. We saw it 5-0 Acosta. I'm not gonna say we're in for a sweep here, but I mean, we saw it 5-0 Acosta in their first encounter, and then this one starting out 2-0 Lara. Do you get a little concerned? Do you feel a little uneasy here as Acosta, or do you try to reassure yourself still that things will turn around at some point?
Probably a little bit of both if I'm being honest. It's if you're Acosta, it's kind of hard to not feel a little bit down about this situation being down 2-0 when you've had the control over where the card starts are. But if you want to look at it another way as well, Acosta has 0+4s that he's played, has 0 skips that he's played, and is down a remarkable 7-4 on action cards of all kinds, and is still only down 5 cards total in cards played. So, a lot of this right now seeming to come down to the discrepancy in cards drawn. So there is some reason for optimism that that's going to turn around, because I can't recall very many games where cards drawn ends up staying at a massive deficit like it is right now through 2 games of 12. So there's definitely some reason to believe that this could turn around, but not a good spot to be though if you're Acosta.
Yeah, I mean, I think the cards deficit. I mean, really, it's. I mean, Acosta has what's it called? 3 self draws there, and then it was. I mean, 6. I'm pretty sure 6 of those cards drawn were just kind of like nothing you could do once because they were finishers. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking at this. I'm looking at the way the ammo is going out right now. I mean, only 1+4 across the board in 2 games. Well, that game 2 was pretty quick, so I'm gonna be curious to see if we don't see much of that as we keep going along, or if there's gonna be some point where a lot of them start coming onto the table and falling out. But last call for the first homestand for Acosta, looking to salvage a game here, prevent the 3-0. We'll see what he decides to go with here, as he's tried high, didn't really go well there. Tried middle, that one didn't work, and he's gonna go back high with 14. Red 2 kicks it off here. Second game in a row we start with red. I guess Sanford, I mean, really, what's Acosta going to be looking for here, to not even just kind of like to the game overall? Obviously, he's looking to win this one, but just kind of like what he's looking for the start here, just kind of anything he can do to try and put himself in a good position to get this game win, make it 2-1. So, okay, Sanford is still muted, so I'm not sure. I think he's
I had to step away. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, no, you're good. Did you hear what I asked, or no?
No, I didn't. I was in the
No,
kitchen.
okay. Okay. I was just asking, kind of like as a Costa, kind of where you're looking at here earlier in this game here with the 14 card start, to try and put yourself in the best position to make this 2-1.
I think if I try and put my best player analysis hat on, for me, a 14 card start down 2-0 is trying to catalyze some sort of action cards into his hand, trying to hopefully get something to at least fight back on. Maybe just didn't get really a whole lot of ammunition on the 10 card start, and felt like 14 was going to be the ticket to trying to turn that around.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, we'll see how this one works out. But yeah, I mean, we're running red. This red has been running for a good while here.
Well,
And
since the
we're
start, we're down. We're 8 cards now, 9 cards in.
14.
Or no, you said 14, so 7.
7 cards in, yeah. Looking to make it 8 in a row here. And that will break the streak
Well,
here. We got to switch to
somewhat.
blue.
Yes, we got the 8 cards played. No, we didn't get them all in red.
And now we're seeing some light switching here. Crossover from Acosta. Now we go into green. I think that's the first time we saw the crossover here. And we just got a rainbow, so there you go. Pop the Skittles out.
There you go.
Start with 7 straight red, and now we have a Skittles on the board here. Probably should look into getting an actual emoji for that next season.
Oh, we do. Just there's some discussion over whether or not it's the best of them.
Is that what we use?
That's the one we have. It's for this
Oh.
server.
Oh, that's at the bottom of the list. They got added recently then. Maybe we'll spruce it up in the off season, I guess. But yeah, I
Well, I
mean,
guess that's part of it. Is I usually when I'm doing these, I don't go for like top of the list. I'm always just typing in with the one I know I want.
we get a ditto here. Lara actually beats me to the reaction on that one. But first ditto also, so we get a rainbow and a ditto here in this one. This also comes off Lara switching off the yellow into green after Acosta +2'd him. Yeah, Acosta is actually built himself a nice little lead here. I mean, it's kind of what he needs here. 3-0 is not going to be a good situation, and that's going to help him as well. Lara has drawn and is out on green.
Yeah, especially because if you're down 3-0, then all of a sudden you start have to consider using the power play to just get yourself at least a game, so it's not a sweep.
Ooh, so Acosta switched to red. Lara's still out no red, but Acosta does not have red either. Maybe was hoping to get bailed out from a play from Lara there, but no reds to be found. Now it really just comes down to finding those draws here. Acosta is going to find a 2. Will that be enough for a switch here? I think Acosta really hoping for it. Gets it into green, which I don't think that's the color he really wanted. We'll see if he
Yeah,
has.
maybe that was what he needed though.
We'll see if he has a 2 though.
Well, I say that there's only 3 2s left. One in yellow and 2 in blue.
No 2 from Acosta here, so he draws. Does Lara have anything? No. This is gonna be an interesting one because now we're at draw city on 2 colors here, red and green.
Of course, from Lara, that could be a situation of just wanting to get Acosta out of the red zone, as we would call it.
Well, this is really the first draw city we've seen in this series, and it happens in game 3. So really at this point, both drawing. I mean, red could come back into the picture here, but we're really looking at a game with a lot of yellow and blue once this gets going again. Draw city keeps on going. Past 6 minutes on this one. Lara's already up to 15, so I mean, this is not looking good for Lara at the moment. Still cannot find any green here. At least from the face value, unless they're holding.
Well, I think it really comes down to at this point, I would imagine Lara's probably got an action card of some kind that they could have used. Finds a 3.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe there's some action card they can use, and I think that's wise to hold on to. But I mean, it definitely gets a little bit more tense with the drawback rule if you literally can't find anything on green or red or green or a number or the number it's on. But looked like they were able to get out of that one, so won't have to worry about that as we get going with the yellow. I'm expecting a lot of plays here, as this and blue are the ones that haven't really been seen much thus far.
Half off special there to the I believe that's the Rogers 4.
It is Rogers 4. It is the it's the I think it's the Tennessee logo.
Yeah, I know what the logo is. I just forget who's. My problem is trying to remember every single person's logo on a card.
I roughly remember them, and that's mainly because I've had to do a lot of these games. Like that one's Grim, although that's kind of an easy one. The one above is Stingray, with the yellow 5.
So I mix up I especially mix up Brad and Diego's.
I
Oh,
would
granted,
say
that's partially because they're both Pokemon.
I would say it's a Pokemon. I don't think Brad's is a Pokemon though.
I don't know. It looks like it.
It
I
does
don't know.
look
It's
like
close
one,
enough.
but I don't think it is. Yepes is what's it
Oh, I
called?
know what Yep is. Yeah, it's
Yepes is Paldea and Whopper. So or not
as we
Whopper,
get +2
Whooper.
from Acosta and a quick double play.
Getting distracted in that one. But yeah, I mean the +2 is gonna again help with that gap. I mean that's a pretty big gap. It's 9 cards. Really kind of differentiates between 8 and 9 though, depending on if Lara plays. But yeah, I mean that's a lot of ground for Lara to make up here at the moment. And I'm gonna ditto that one. We'll see if Costa can come in with the finish, but no, he actually is gonna draw. So that breathes a little life back into Lara for this game to try to cut this deficit down. Because I would assume they keep running on yellow. You're typing something, so maybe a run incoming. Said
Well,
run
yep,
is
quad.
incoming. Yeah, gets the quad and stays on yellow. Double reverse there as well. Costa's still with nothing. I think the interesting thing to note with that play though,
wow.
interesting thing to note with that play though is that no +2 in that one, so Acosta didn't really lose much there. But this is working out well for Lara because they just got the switch they wanted onto blue. And blue 7, blue 6. That's M's. I think the I want to say the 7 is actually Brock's. Um, yeah, that one's usually not an easy one. Because there's not really much to distinguish out of. Yeah, looking to keep this one rolling here.
Gonna have a
Costa's
lot of options here on blue.
Acosta's still in the lead, but it is much closer than it was about a minute and a half ago.
I think the one thing to note for sure, and it's I guess the key about using the blue 6, there's only one option to be able to switch off of this. So every likelihood is this is either going to be Acosta playing a different number or a draw.
All right, well, let's see. He's been typing for a bit here.
This could
6
be a
cards.
run.
It's 6 cards. We just got onto blue here after Acosta was drawing for a good bit. Oh man, that's a crazy setup to the finish there.
Oh yeah, that's
Loose.
gonna have to be the run. You can't just dude, you can't do this and then
No, it's only Uno.
oh
Wow. That's actually gonna be that goes back to green.
you know +2s.
I mean, I guess really does Lara maybe have something where they can just kind of block this easily, but that could potentially just disrupt a finish from them. We'll see.
Every likelihood, yes, because we haven't even seen a single wild or +4 in this game.
We haven't really seen many +4s in general in this series so far. Only one has been played, to this point. So, I mean, they could just be stuck at the bottom of the deck. But
Which
not
point we
seem-
need to work. We need to have a word with our dealer apparently and get the shuffle going better.
Nah. I like when there's less +4s. Makes it more interesting. Do have a feeling we're gonna see something here, though.
It's gonna have to be like a normal wild or a +4 here, I think.
Well, we'll see what Lara plays. There's the +4,
Keeps
yeah.
it green.
Yep, that is interesting. They do keep it green. That is the safe call, and I think in that situation that was the wise call there. I think I had an idea what the last card could have been for Acosta. I won't necessarily say what it is specifically, but I'm wondering if Lara was kind of in the same mindset with what it could have been as well.
Well, it could have been. As we roll with it, there's a 5. Sorry. Although the longer that Acosta keeps this on green, the more I'm 3 straight green. Every likelihood, I don't think it was a number efficiency, which is I think what you were probably thinking along the lines of, as to why you would say keeping green would have been smart. But Acosta with 3 straight greens even after the +4.
I mean, I think Acosta really just got fortunate that the +4 gave him a lot of greens there. I mean, that keeps alive what he could be going for here.
Well, we know it's given him at least 2 greens. There's no saying how many of these it gave him.
You gotta this is gonna put Lara in a really tough spot here because that is hard to read what that last card could be. Goes with the red 1. Does Acosta have it? And wow, that is red finish on that one.
Does. Wow. I mean, I think for Acosta, I think the question's going to have to be, which one of the cards was off or was his final? And that way we can kind of figure out what the +4 gave him, because that +4 lined him up perfectly.
Yeah, I mean Sanford just kind of asked the question there on that one, Acosta. So I'm just kind of curious what that lineup was looking like, and just kind of how that +4 was able to keep you in that one despite throwing you back a little bit.
The red 9. Wow. Okay. I mean, tough break for Lara.
Yeah, that
Because
+4.
obviously, in hindsight, knowing that, could have played the green 8, forced him to draw a little bit.
And that's a tough call there. I was actually thinking it was a wild to finish. But yeah, I mean, no wilds
Well,
in that
that
game
got
at
really
all.
tough by the way he played. No, actually, in all honesty, with what was out there, like the idea of keeping green, I think if you're thinking along the lines of number efficiency, it would have been smart. But obviously, hard to know what your opponent exactly has at the end there.
Yeah, definitely. Um, yeah, I mean, Lara, any thoughts on that one? Just kind of thought process through the end of that one, and ultimately just kind of your reaction to how that one played out.
I mean, that was just an unlucky wild 4 draw. I mean, um, um, so I had a few options. I could have like used the red one there and switched to red, but he had a red, so that wouldn't have worked. And the +4 ended up also working in his favor because it gave him just greens and red.
And
So
specifically,
really,
even
like the
that
optimal play
9.
there was to just not worry about it and just keep doing what I was doing. Like before the skips and reverses, my plan was to play my last 2 blue cards and then use the wild 4 to switch over to green or red because I had connection. I had a red 1, red 5, green 8. But yeah, that didn't work out.
All right, well, ends 2-1 for Acosta's first homestand. We go to game 4. Now, Lara with the call, looking to make it 3-1 and not have this one tied up. We'll see what they go with. Just can't pick 13 or 10.
A little over half of the series was wrapped up in that game 3. I just realized.
I mean, that was a long one.
Um, I think I'm
Lara
gonna go
wasn't ready.
9.
Oh, there it is.
I
He
think
said
I think
9, by the way.
yeah, 9. I was thinking I think it was 9. Just wanted to check on that one, but Hill 5 kicks things off here, and we're kind of going back to that middle range here. I'm curious if we do see a low tier start, because we've seen that from Lara in the past to try to go for a bit of a gamble. So I'm curious if that does come out at some point, depending on how this goes. But yeah, I mean, going back to the middle here, I mean, Sanford, it's 2-1 Lara at the moment. Still in a decent spot, but you really want to kind of get out on a good start here to try to make this 3-1 here, because I mean, if it's 2-2, that's essentially another game reset. All right, we'll double play the start off from Lara here, so off with a quick start to give themselves an outright lead. And ooh, they get the switch right away. So
Like it.
out of
Definitely
out of
over
yellow,
the mid tier.
out of yellow early. And we got a double play from Acosta, so that's gonna tie it up once again. Let's see. I mean, ditto play on that one. And then we get another switch into yellow. That is back into yellow though. Lara did switch out of it.
Good truth test here.
Can't switch back into blue also. And this could be good for Acosta here if he can keep this rolling here and Lara has to draw. Lara does draw. But can Acosta keep it going? He can. Gets the yellow 0. So Lara is out on yellow looking to get out of here by any means necessary. We'll see how this one turns out.
Well, let's see if the 0 works out any better for Acosta than it did the other times for Lara.
They're taking a second on this one, really just kind of dissecting what they want to do here. Yeah, because I mean that draw doesn't really help them much, but maybe they got something that could put them in an advantageous position, but also could be a risk. We'll see. They are typing. And there, that I feel like that was a +4 top deck, Sanford. What do you think about that one?
The problem of saying it automatically is, I think, is the fact of Acosta being down at 4. I'm gonna probably side and say agree that it was, but I wouldn't rule it out that maybe was holding off at least one just to see what he would have done on the yellow.
We'll see after the game on that one, but that definitely comes in at a time to pause what Acosta was potentially going for here, as Lara looking to take the lead back. Costa going to mitigate that one, going to tie it up with a +2 there. So now it's 6 cards for both players. There just responds with the red here. No, I think both looking to keep things going here as they are in a tied game situation at the moment. Yeah, I mean, I guess Sam. I mean, really, with how this is playing out now, this kind of gets into a similar feeling where you have like those low tier starts outright because I mean, it was 6 cards apiece, and now it's just kind of a pretty tense situation on who has the connections to be able to finish this one out.
Well,
Wild,
and
yellow.
a wild swap, especially this low, can be a little bit of a warning shot at times.
I think that's gonna look tough for Lara here unless they got something from that +2. Not enough. Had the reverse, but didn't have the way out.
In every likelihood, they probably didn't even have the reverse. They probably had the reverse before the +2.
Mm, I don't know. I'm not sure about that one because then it's still stuck there. But yeah, I mean, Lara really at this point just hoping to find a way out on this yellow here. Acosta looking to keep rolling in it.
I mean, even if you had it, the problem is like there's not really a huge concern over drawing as opposed to playing the reverse. I don't know, either spot's not really. Oh,
Wow,
whoa.
that reverse might actually really hurt Lara there because that was a stray blue that just comes out of nowhere in another wild.
And that could be a sign that Acosta doesn't have any blue.
Wow.
Yep.
So I think what they were actually maybe originally looking to do was the yellow, green, and then the wilds, the blue for Uno. But didn't even need to do that because the reverse got laid open. So yeah, now it's tied 2-2 here. Costa clawing his way back into this one. I mean, Acosta, for you, it's that game felt pretty comfortable for you from start to finish. Just kind of any thoughts on that one? Able to make up the 2-0 deficit. Now, again, this is the second time we've had a this is again kind of like a reset here where we're at a best of 5 here. No power plays have come into play yet. You're just kind of how you're feeling after that one, and just kind of rallying 2 straight here. And we'll see what Acosta say. For Lara, I mean, you were up 2-0, now it's 2-2 here. Just kind of anything that you're feeling's going wrong at the moment, or just kind of losing some of that momentum here after the hot start.
Um, I don't know. I just um, I mean, this game, um, there was like one way I could have improved. Like I had a blue +2 that I meant to play, um, alongside that I should have played alongside the blue +4, but I kept it. Um, I just played the blue plus. I just played the blue 4 by itself, intending to use it to um alongside my wild +4 to switch over. But uh, I don't know. I mean, it's just a weird past couple of games. I don't know.
Alright. Fair enough, thank you. For Acosta here, here's his response. Felt better for sure coming back down 0-2. Just using numbers in the +4 helped me in that game. Him leaving that reverse really sealed it. I mean, Sanford, it's been a pair of 2s so far in this one. Lara has the call for game 5 here, but I mean, with how this one's playing out so far, just kind of what are you feeling with through the first 4 games here, and just kind of any things you're noticing here, any trends?
Well, we're definitely looking like we're headed towards a game of momentum. The only problem is going to be if we keep up the idea of it's in pairs of twos, someone's not gonna. We're not gonna have that at the end of the game because you get to a game 9 and you will have been tied up at 4 off of it. So I think someone's gonna get a third game in a row at some point. Just a matter of, or at least break up the idea of getting. Someone's gonna get a game after the other person wins. I don't think we're gonna head 2-2-2 the entire way up to through game 8. So just gonna be a matter of can Lara get how does Lara go and get some of that momentum back onto their side.
All right, well, we'll see how that one goes here. Game 5, Lyra's call.
I'm gonna go 11.
I'm gonna stay in that middle area here. And opens up the yellow 7 here. Yeah, I mean, for this one, we'll see how this goes. Will Acosta get his 3rd straight, or will Lara kind of make this where it's a 2-2 trend here? We'll see, but we could get a good insight on what's going to happen here in these first few plays of this one. Yeah, but again, Lara taking their time here, just kind of going through the going through what they going through their hand pretty much.
Did it off the bot. Nice.
That's a fun way to start that one out. And Acosta's gonna respond with a double play. So we're in a way we're kind of continuing the trend of 2s here. 2 yellow 7s in a row and then a double play.
Fair enough, yeah. One way of connecting it.
Listen, sometimes you gotta stretch things for the sake of trends.
As we get switch over to red, definitely to end the streak of 2s.
The second color.
Okay, let's get a blue 1. That way you definitely don't have that.
Sanford's just gonna lose it if it's a red 2 here coming up. Oh my god.
It actually was blue 1. The fact that it was correct down to the color, even.
How do I connect
trying
the
to
two?
do the next
That's
one.
the third one. That's the third color.
And now it's a blue 3.
I got it. It was the second turn from
There's your two.
Acosta. It was the second turn from Acosta. There we go. It's saved.
Dolly Parton special 9 to 5.
Yeah, but now we're kind of. Oh, I was about to say we're running blue, but now we're going great. This has been a very light switch heavy game. We are not really staying on a color for very long in this one. This is a really big difference from the first 4 games.
And very quick pace too.
Yeah, both players out to the out of the gates early, and keep this one rolling. But yeah, I mean that double from the start from Acosta is actually going to have him holding the possession arrow lead. So I mean, if this keeps running numbers, he is favored. Green 8. We'll see what what Acosta's gonna bring here. So it is 6-6. We've seen this before. Ooh, 3-card
Triple
run
play.
here. That's going to split his hand in half. I mean, it stays
Gets
green
a
as well.
in there as well.
Yeah, really interesting how that one worked out there, but yeah, we're gonna keep it with the green here. Green 6.
Lara banking on
So,
it not being a split ammo play.
I mean, Lara also just banking on no more green, and the
Oh
wild
boy.
is, I mean, no more green, but it
Well, I
is a
mean,
wild
got no more
yellow.
green.
I mean, does this force Lara's hand, or do they try to hold on for one more turn?
Down to 2 cards for Acosta. I mean, if Lara's got something, you're going to have to definitely consider unleashing it here. Even if just a small mini dump.
Lara taking their time on this one. Again, just kind of really thinking through this, because, I mean, they have 7 cards, so trying to see what the best option is. They might have an option here, really just kind of figuring out what they want to do here, because, I mean, this is a precarious spot. Hmm. Wild yellow. I mean, we've been at this for a bit. I mean, Sanford, just kind of any idea what's kind of going through Lara's head right now? Because, I mean, this is a decision that has been taken a bit. Could be one that could alter how this series goes.
Well, I think for sure what Lara's having to consider here is what are the options that they have? What are the odds that Acosta has a double play as his next thing, or what odds are it'd be 2 yellows at the very least. Most players, I'd say probably about 70% of players don't usually play a wild down to 2. They'll either play the wild to get to 1, or they'll play the wild as the final card. He does hit a quad play, adds 6 cards into Costa's hand, so definitely was trying to look at what was going to be the run and how he could still try and line up what he needs to get to the finish.
That's a big play there from Lara there, and that's really gonna kind of reset things. Um, I mean, that's really, I think for them, maybe just kind of really the decision of whether they hold on that one for one more, or they go for it there. They decide to go for it there. We'll see how that one plays out, as we do get the switch into red, but also a +6 to Acosta, which not exactly a scoreboard flip, but pretty close to one. I mean, it goes from 2 to 7 to 8 to 3. Really, just what is the response from Acosta on this one here? It is a simple red 7. Looking to see if Lara does not have any red, and they do not. I mean, I've been noticing Lara's really just been trying to throw these defensive ammo moves here, and Costa's just kind of been keeping cool so far. I mean, just kind of your thoughts on that. I think there's definitely been moments where Lara has to go for these, but it's definitely resulting in moments where ultimately Acosta is able to not necessarily come out unscathed, but still come out in a decent spot.
I'm trying to form the right words. It's definitely been an interesting strategy. I get where it's coming from, but one problem I've seen, at least with trying to play a more defensive style, is a lot of times that doesn't end up working out well. Especially because when you play the defensive style and you end up playing yourself into the draws on purpose, this is a lot of what ends up happening. You end up usually running into a player that has the cards. Because when you're playing the defensive style, you're banking on the idea that they don't have it. So if they do have it, then it really doesn't end well for you. +4 into green.
So we do get some more ammo from Acosta here. That's going to throw some more towards Lara's way. Does this actually help them? Because we've seen so far for Acosta been able to get out of these ammo runs from Lara. Yeah, able to play that with the Ditto there. Just need to do something real quick. Hold on. All right, there we go.
It's a choice
Yeah, I mean,
going for the hero.
Yeah, I mean, we saw this game kind of go quick, but now it's kind of slowed down again. I think Lara's just kind of been slowing down this pace, and I mean, and speaking of slowed down pace, the pace has come to a halt because the game just ended.
Yeah, I mean, the bot didn't even. They ended so quickly. The bot didn't even quite know what to do with it.
Yeah, I mean, reverse run there and another +4, so the +4s are starting to come out here, and that's 3 in a row for Acosta, and he's suddenly found a way to turn this one around. That is not the score. Hold on. But yeah, I mean, Acosta, you've kind of been doing pretty well here. I mean, in a way, you're kind of inversing the first homestand here, because I mean, Lara took the first 2 as the away side, and then you're taking the first 2 as the away side here. Any thoughts on that, and just kind of how you try to break that a little bit, make it 4-2 here, put yourself in a really good spot, 4 straight? And we were talking about the rematch before. I mean, that one ended 5-0. Could there be a possibility we just see Acosta win 5 straight again? Except this time, Lara had some games before that happened.
Just want to give Lara a little bit better of a shot this time.
I mean, Lara's still in it. I think for most of this though, it's like Lara. It feels like Lara's been playing more, having to play more defensive, and ultimately the defense is just kind of not really working at the end of the day. And I think part of that's just kind of getting a little bit unlucky on what Acosta gets. Well, Acosta's typing that. I mean, Lara, any comments here? Middle range hasn't really been working since that 10 card win. You're really playing defensive here, and it's just not really working out. Any comments on that one? Just kind of are you maybe considering maybe a bit of a mix up here, or do you still have confidence in what you're going for?
I still have confidence in myself. In that situation, he would have just won regardless of what I did, because I had some options there. From the +4. Like I could have switched to red, I could switch to yellow. But he had a +4, and then 2 reverses that connected into his last card. So
He's saying you gave him the +4.
Oh, okay. Wait, he did? Where?
Well, he
Like,
said played well on playing the numbers. He gave me a wild +4. Still have power play, so I'm just rolling good at the moment.
Oh, okay. Where was that? Oh, from like my +6. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, probably.
All right.
All right. For Acosta, felt good, played well. Numbers he gave well, +4. Still got the power play, so rolling good at the moment. I mean, Sanford, I mean, he's saying he still got the power play here. We still haven't seen either yet. Do you think Acosta might be going for the hold to just close out the series, or do we maybe possibly see it here, depending on what the situation is?
I mean, I'm gonna say I doubt we see it in Game 6 from Acosta, only because there's not really a main difference of being tied 3-3 versus being up 4-2. So with the only one power play, I think from there you take the advantage that you've got and use that to know that you don't need it. I think the bigger question is going to be: if given a chance, would Lara think about possibly using it to get to tied at 3? Because I think there's definitely a difference between being tied at 3 and then being down 4-2 going into a road trip. So I think that's the bigger question, realistically, from the game 6 power play idea.
Yeah. All right, well, we will get things rolling with game 6 here. Lara has the call here, looking to get one on the board.
One up to 12.
We go up to 12, so I mean, Sanford, we don't end up seeing the low tier, but we are going up slowly. We're going kind of back up to the high tier. The 12 is always the one that kind of is a middle of the road kind of. Some people say mid tier, some people say high tier, but it's gonna open up with the ammo card, start with the yellow skip. Any thoughts on this? I mean, we don't always see someone use it to its advantage here, but could this be a sign of what this game is gonna unfold here with the skip to start things out?
I think the low tier is very much an acquired, shall we say, taste among Uno players. It's one of those spots that very few people really go to because it does hinder on a fair bit of luck. So outside of just being desperate, there's not many people that feel comfortable just going to it at will. So it's not a surprise to me that we haven't seen a card start lower than 9 in this game or this match.
Alright, well, we had the yellow 3 there, but Acosta has immediately switched out of it, and we go into red. So, didn't really like the yellow to start out. We saw that in game 1 before. We'll see if something similar comes out of this one, but going to keep it rolling on red for now. I mean, again, you mentioned not much of a difference between 4-2 and 3-3, but I mean, if you do get that 4-2, I mean, that's essentially you're giving yourself 3 shots to get that win there, and I mean, 2 of those you have the card start choice, so it's
worth mentioning. I'm saying not much of a big difference between being up 4-2 and being tied 3-3. I did say that there was a difference definitely between being down 4-2 and up and tied at 3. So I guess it depends on which side of that 4-2 you'd be on.
I could see it, but again, we'll find out how this one plays out. We're still on red here, so running this one for a good bit. Will Lara do the switch on this turn, or do we get another red card thrown into the mix here? Do we even get a red run? Lara's been typing for a while here. We do get a run, and it's gonna go in the blue, 4-card run to give themselves a lead.
And I guess a lot of that also depends with where your thought process is with the power play. Like a lot of people, I think there's a growing shift of having it wait till being the final game in a sense, but at the same time, there's still a lot of people that will look at it as being finish move or nothing because of just wanting to ensure the series win versus just ensuring a game win.
Well, we do get the blue skip and the blue 7. So we get a double
Is
on
that
that
going
one.
to be the right
Acosta,
number, though, for Acosta? Actually, probably not,
well,
because he'd already drawn on blue 9. Or he drew on blue 9, now 7, maybe. We'll see.
I think Acosta drawing on blue is really going to be trouble for him here because Lara is still going on a run here, and we might see where these homestands actually get inverse and play out the same way with the away side winning the first 2 and the home side winning the third. So that's going to be really interesting if that's how this one goes heading into game 7 if this ends up being 3-3.
But yeah, the problem is you don't even double up the homestands anymore after this. So what does that really mean? What does that mean for us going forward if that ends up being the case? So
We'll have to see. I mean, it's been a way home, so I mean, the last 3 games here would it be that?
whoa,
But I mean, Acosta is gonna really try to fight this one back here with a +6 here on red. Really did not like how that one was playing out.
Now that one I will say was probably a top deck +4.
Might have came at a good
For a
time
couple
too.
reasons. One, Acosta's not really generally a player I think that saves him. I mean, like he'll save as long as he doesn't have anything else to do, but doesn't really play the I will willingly draw if saving a +4 or +2 or whatever. So I think that one was definitely top deck.
Well, red 9 from Lara here, looking to roll on the red once again. We swapped off it before, but now we're back on it. I guess the really question is how long can both these players run it here, although they do have new cards in the hand here, so a bit of a reshuffle for them in a way. Gonna have to figure out the connections to line up their finish now. And for Lara, not much red thrown into that new hand. Alright, well, Acosta actually does the switch here, so I'm wondering if he's out too, so we might be down to 3 colors here.
Well, at least momentarily.
We are on green now. I think this will free Lara up. Well, actually, that's going to be a switch into yellow.
In which case, then it was really the 2 that freed it up anyway.
Well, yellow 2.
So now what can Acosta do on this 2, though?
Ooh, a 3-card run, but goes back into green.
Fair enough. I'm just realizing also that Lara basically probably top decked the 2. Whoops.
Probably. We'll see if this green works out, though, because Acosta was the one who did green, but Lara denied it. Just past 7 minutes on this one. Lara really looking to come up with a response here. Gonna just play the green 0. Yeah, there's the power play. I mean, I was thinking it could have came out here. And I mean, assuming Acosta doesn't mess this one up here, it's gonna be 4-2 here, and it's gonna be 4 straight. Green 8. Just gets the Uno. And green 6. So ran that one green to the end here. And now Acosta is 1 away here. Wins 4 straight now. So Acosta looking for another 5 in a row on this one, and yeah, I mean, I think that's a good use. I mean, I think he's going with the mindset of he's got 3 shots at this. So I like the idea of that one. But for Acosta, 1 away from moving on here. Lara definitely with their back against the wall in this one. Sam, for your thoughts?
You're asking me. I can see the logic of it. I will get Acosta's word, I think, on it too. But I think for this one, it's definitely a situation of probably if I'm Acosta, I'm liking the idea of how many. Oh, well, he's asking if Lara had a 6.
I'm thinking Acosta was afraid of a switch. That was probably what.
Well, he was afraid of any card getting played that would have hurt it. I do like the idea of it from this sense. It's the first time that Acosta's gone to the end and had 2 cards to get to it, as opposed to being able to have a run. So I think he's banking on the idea that at least in one of the next 3 games, he's not going to have a situation of getting down to where he's not ending on a run. That's the banking that he's.
All right, well, for Acosta here, it's looking forward to. I mean, Acosta, your feelings, 1 away from moving on here. It's 4 straight for you, and you get the call for Game 7. Just kind of your feeling with running the momentum on this one and ultimately using the power play there to ensure the victory. And then for Lara, it's not looking great here. I mean, any comments after that one, or is it just kind of not really able to find the connections here, and just kind of hoping for the best on the cards in Game 7?
I mean, not really much could have done there. What was it? The +6 didn't actually hurt me too bad. But when I switched to yellow with the yellow 2, I was intending to play other yellows. Because I couldn't really gone back to them. And I had connections between green and blue, but yeah, he just happened to put me in an awkward situation. I don't know.
All right, thank you, Lara. For Acosta, I had to take my chance to use the power play there since I believe for sure you had to switch in mind if I played other cards. As for leading the series, it's great, but I gotta keep it in hands for next game. All right, well, 4-2 Stanford. I mean, if you're Lara here, just kind of what's your mindset going into these last 3 games here? And I mean, again, just kind of from what you're seeing here, how do you feel this one's gonna play out?
I mean, you mentioned that the first time was a 5-0 for Acosta. He's got 4 in a row. I don't see any reason why Acosta can't get finished out here. For Lara, you're just trying to hope and pray that you can get a good hand, get it to that game 8 where you have a little bit of control over the situation that you're in.
Well, we'll go to Game 7 on this one. And it's gonna be the call for Acosta here. We'll see what he goes with. Just can't pick. I mean, there's a lot. 14, 9, 11, 12 here. That's off the table. I might have an idea what he might go for Game 7, but we'll see. Yep, there it is.
Yep.
All right, so looking at the full send here and hoping to close this one out here. Red 4 to kick things off. And we'll see what Acosta opens up here with this one. I mean, we've seen these slower starts out of the gates here at times where they just kind of process the hand, but Acosta's going to throw out a red 8 to kick things off.
Oh, double up this time.
Did I, nope, it did not. Okay. Screen froze for a second. But... Alright, Lara looking to, find a way to open this one out.
Finds the cherry 0 sugar. You can get your cherry blast at drinkmiddlerightenergy.com. And that's it for red for Acosta, just the 8.
Well, I mean, for Acosta out on red early here, and especially with this on the red 0, might not be good here. I would expect Lara to be able to keep this going. If not, it's a really bizarre spot to start out on the full send.
Goes back to the 8. So we're out of red 8s already. And now we also get to see if this was what Acosta was wanting to do, was try and get a swap off of it.
And there's the swap, so we are out of red here. Acosta able to escape. And we'll see where we go on this one. I mean, advantage Lara at the moment here, but we've been just kind of running numbers, so not really much of a tell on what these players have ammo-wise. And with these full sends, that definitely is something you could hold off on until later on. Oh man, +2 into the wild here, so out of yellow.
An artificial door closed, though, at least, so didn't draw on it. Now, does Acosta have another wild, though, in his back pocket?
Well, we actually are back into the yellow now. And that's going to force Lara into a draw here, so... I mean, both with a potential weak color, but I mean, Acosta able to work with it right now, and I'm in a pretty good spot, but I mean, Lara able to escape out of that one after one play with the switch to green. But not for long, as we get a card efficiency on that one, so double yellow 6, that's going to put Lara into a tough spot here.
What a tough break for Lara, though. You get a number that you think's going to work, only to have Acosta have had 2 of it.
All right, well, we'll see how this one goes. Lara is still out on yellow, and this is not looking good for them right now.
Well, you hate to say a predictable draw, but definitely a predictable draw there, considering was unlikely to have another green 6. Not impossible, but was unlikely. It came down to whether or not they would have had the red or the blue 6 then. Half off special for Acosta this time.
Yellow 3, blue 3. So gets
Does
out
Acosta
of the yellow.
have the other yellow 3 though? I mean,
that is going to be brutal for Lara if that's the case. No, they do
no,
not.
okay,
They have a blue 9.
blue. I mean, you hate to say it was a possibility that he would have had somehow both yellow 6s, both yellow 3s. There's the switch back to yellow, though.
He's been getting those, but it's just a lot of yellows in play for Acosta here, and for Lara, it's just they're struggling to stay afloat here. This yellow has just been a disaster for them in this game. So they're really just trying to get out of here. I mean, for Lara, it's really just kind of finding a way to get to other colors here. Able to get the crossover on that one. Got the crossover there.
But did they... is green going to be the color they really want, though? There's a lot of green out there.
I mean, maybe they got something good on green here. I mean, that could be what they work with. It doesn't necessarily need a cost of the draw here. It could just have some ammo to equal it out here, or maybe just kind of play around with it.
And
Just
it's
really
highly
can't.
unlikely that Acosta. I was going to say it's highly Wait, so Acosta did the switch back to yellow, knowing full well he had the other green 6.
Interesting. So he does have that one, and we keep it going on green now. I mean, again, it's tied. Lara has
Acosta played the wrong game at this point.
Yeah.
Acosta should have been playing poker with this hand.
I mean, Lara has the possession arrow lead at the moment with the numbers here, but I mean, Acosta's just kind of been playing complete control over the colors at the moment. So this is kind of really difficult to see where this is at the moment. And for Lara, it's definitely not going to be a great feeling because they may have technically the lead right now, but it's like not really much control on the color situation. Eight minutes in this one. This game is been flying by, really. Yeah, now it's Acosta's turn. See how he plays this one. It's going to be a 3-card play, and we are back into the yellow. He is just not stopping with this yellow here. Just keeps having cards on this color, and this is what Lara needed. I feel like this is what Lara needed. Acosta drew on this earlier, so finally gets into the red. We'll see if this could stop Acosta for now. Acosta typing. I feel like this is kind of really what Lara needed to go for if they were able to. I just don't know if they really had the option to do that here. Because, I mean, for me, I feel like this either forces Acosta to draw or forces out some ammo here. Acosta is typing. I mean, there's your ammo. Oh my god, and not even going to have a chance to respond. That is unbelievable. Blue 1. I mean, double +4 on that one. And
you talked about me joking. I was trying to pass it off as I was joking, but I mean, Acosta literally went out and did exactly what I was saying after games. I think it was after game 5 I said it about basically being like, oh, Acosta was just giving Lara a chance, but dang.
I was about to say my mobile glitched because it said +2s for 34 to 23, but that's not actually what it was. It was 8 to 6. I was about to say, like, wait a second, I don't think there were that many +2s played.
Yeah. The
but
time switch color came up. Okay.
Yeah, I mean that's a brutal way to end it for Lara there. I mean five straight once again, although they got 2 on the board to start it. Yeah, I mean Acosta leads in every category in the stat 4-2, 5-3, 10-6, 8-6, 8-6. So I mean not a huge gap per se, but I mean leading in all 5, that's definitely gonna be helping you out. I mean that double +4, that's just that to me that just feels like a really strong hand to work with.
Well, and if you're Acosta, you gotta use you have to use Jets gifts in any good way possible because you don't have many chances to.
That is true. The Jets are a very bad team. The one aspiration of success for the Jets.
Trying to show Acosta just needs to showcase this footage to the Jets to show them what a good thing looks like.
No, that is not a victory. Jets are not allowed to have victories. It's just it's written in the rule book.
Literally, they're 0-5. Lara, sorry that didn't go your way. Is there anything you can take away from this as you look towards your off season going into next year, and maybe any future games against Acosta?
I guess get better at reads.
Well, at least definitely against Acosta. I mean, still a solid season no matter what. You get into the final 12 is nothing to is nothing too bad to shout about, considering
Yeah,
got
I'm happy
got
being
farther than more than
top 12.
70% of the league. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm happy being top 12. It's just a little unfortunate to go out like this. Um,
Mhm. Yeah, I can definitely feel the disappointment on that one. Again, roughly went. That also was only 5 seconds off from hitting the hour mark there, so got really close there. But I mean, yeah, I mean that looked like a really strong ending for that. I'm not really sure if there was much Lara could have done on that one. Acosta, you move into the quarterfinals against myself. I really don't know if I should be asking the questions on this one since we are playing in the quarterfinals, but just kind of your thoughts going into that matchup, and how you're feeling after getting a big win here in the round of 12. I guess I'll read this also. I start off with so many yellow numbers, so I knew he needed Lara to show his hand, and when he runs out, keep it on yellow at any cost. And I mean, Sanford, we did see that a lot. I mean, we were talking about like no matter what, Lara would keep trying to get out of yellow, and it just felt like Acosta would keep going into the yellow no matter what. So I really think the moment Lara did the +2 blue wild, that was really just the signal for Acosta to get it going, because that felt like a sign for him that he was out in yellow, and that ended up being the case. Did you
It
earlier see
definitely
the
was.
+4?
I definitely could see it being a turning point. I think one of the problems, and it was one of the things I highlighted as well. It's really hard to play this game now, and whether it's by choice or feeling forced to, um, it's really hard to come out on the victorious side if you're playing defense as opposed to playing offensively. So I could see where the plays were. There were some solid switches. You knew what he was trying to do, and I think I'm not going to say it wasn't the right play to make either of trying to get to some of those colors. The problem was just a little too late on him when he could finally get to it.
Yeah, the way that ultimately ended, for Lara, just kind of a little bit defeated there, but yeah, Philly, it's taking a lot of loss. That's not really related to this game, but yeah, for
Well, I
Acosta,
mean, you can make a connection. I'm an Eagles fan,
oh,
so
you're the Eagles fan. I see. Your
yeah.
thoughts on the Eagles losing to the New Jersey Giants? Then, while we wait for Acosta's answer here.
We're making that yearly collapse way earlier than we should be, unfortunately.
AJ Brown still with very minimal touchdowns.
Well, as long as Hertz got the yardage that I needed and Barkley stayed under the yardage I needed, I'm good.
Hertz has 283 yards.
Okay. Well, I needed him above 240, 243 for passing and rushing. Barkley was under 86. So
Yeah, Barkley is I'm only reading this off because we're just kind of waiting for Acosta here. Um,
why am
Barkley
I
is
on
having
58?
having a bad Barkley's at 58. He's having a bad game.
I actually, in all honesty, I didn't expect him to have a good game because I was reading the idea that he was possibly on a snap count tonight.
I was reading he was hurt, so I didn't really like
Well,
his
yeah, that's
odds
what I'm
tonight.
saying. Like
Yeah.
he was dealing with an injury, might have been on a snap count tonight. That's what I was banking on. So, I oh, well, there's Acosta's response, by the way.
All right. All right, we'll read it. Felt great winning the set. Lara was an amazing opponent, played a great game, winning the first matches, but felt good. All right, well, that'll do it for us. Let's take a look at the bracket here. We'll go to the Llamas one for this one. Costa moves on. No upsets so far in this bracket phase. The 5 seed advances, the 7 seed advances. It's gonna set up a match between myself and Acosta in the quarterfinals here. We'll see how that one goes. I will probably not be streaming that one. I sure hope not, because I'm playing in that. So we'll see how that one goes. Will be an interesting match. I actually am not sure if me and Acosta have ever played before, so that might be a first time matchup. But we'll see how that one breaks down. But then for the rest of the round here, again, one game each day. Tomorrow will be being more of a afternoon start here. Going to be Gone versus Background. It's a battle between two players who are not necessarily the British Islands, but Ireland and Wales. So that's going to be an interesting one. That's going to be a little bit of a mini rookie championship there. We'll see who comes out on top of this one. That's going to be a very exciting matchup to watch for. And then wrapping it up on Saturday at 5 p.m. with Myth and Monkey. So we'll see how this one all plays out. Again, on behalf of the MRUno team, my co-commentator Sanford, and everyone who came out to watch, including our ref Cyan and our players, thank you all so much for watching this stream here. Congrats to Acosta on moving on to the quarterfinals. He will face myself in the next round. But until then, I'm G-Man, and on behalf on the entire team, my co-commentator Sanford, thank you all so much for watching, and we will catch you all tomorrow for the match with Gone and Background. Till then, peace out, everyone. Have a great night.
This has been a special presentation of MRUno Division 1 Super League 2025.